Good morning to one and all. This is Haridathan.P from Chempaka International, bringing you this week's global news. Fearing poisoning, Vladimir Putin replaces 1,000 of his personal staff. The Russian government has had a history of poisoning their opposition, including the famous Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny and the former spy Sergei Skripal, the former of which survived a poisoning of a Novichok nerve agent but was detained and is serving a prison sentence in a Russian jail. Vladimir Putin appeared on Russian state TV to denounce Russians who had opposed his invasion of Ukraine as scum and traitors. Behind the scenes of the war with Ukraine, Putin is becoming increasingly paranoid as the war continues and fears that someone within his inner circle will attempt to poison him. Reports say that Putin has people testing his food before he eats it, and last month he replaced around a personal staff of 1,000 people. Germany to buy dozens of US fighter jets in spending spree. Germany has made plans to buy up to 35 US-made F-35 fighter jets and 15 Eurofighter jets as a response to modernize the decades-old Tornado fleet in a key part of NATO deterrence. Germany's Scholz-led government, which replaced Angela Merkel's cabinet in December, plans to invest an extra $112 billion to the nation's Bundeswehr armed forces. On its website, the aerospace company Lockheed described the long-range, highly maneuverable F-35 as the most lethal fighter aircraft ever built. China orders 51 million into lockdown as COVID surges. Chinese officials on Monday reported around 1,500 cases of COVID-19 across dozens of cities, heightened by the outbreaks of the Omicron variant at its epicenter, noticed in Jilin province. On Monday afternoon, the authorities announced that all 24 million residents in the Jilin province would go into lockdown, including the previously locked down city of Changshan, noting the first provincial lockdown since January 2020. Authorities have noted that all public transport and businesses, with the exception of essential services, will be closed until March 20. However, the lockdown and outbreaks may threaten manufacture and production of tech in Shenzhen, China's Silicon Valley, which also contains one of the country's key ports. Professor Michael Song from Hong Kong's Chinese University estimated that the 2-month lockdown in Wuhan cost China 2% of its GDP. Biden administration to cancel $6 billion worth of student loan debt. On Wednesday in the US, the Department of Education identified more than 100,000 borrowers eligible for the Public Loan Forgiveness Program. The program had launched 15 years ago in 2017. However, the Biden administration made some changes to it in October. Trump's Department of Education had denied 99% of the requests they had received through the Public Loan Forgiveness Program. Only 700 applicants were accepted out of the 54,000. From the changed requirements to 2,200 of the previously rejected applicants were immediately and automatically approved for student loan forgiveness without the need for reapplication. Disney employees and former judge among 108 arrested in human trafficking, Florida police say. The operation was called Operation March Sadness 2 by detectives in an attempt to reduce human trafficking and similar crimes. Authorities in Florida arrested 108 people in a 6-day undercover human trafficking operation in Florida. Among those taken into custody were a retired judge and 4 Disney employees. Yemen war now chronic emergency as millions face hunger. Yemen has been facing more than 7 years of war, now undergoing a humanitarian crisis marked by hunger and disease. Nationwide assessments have confirmed that more than 23.4 million people need assistance. Among these, 19 million are expected to go hungry in the coming months, and more than 160,000 of them will face famine-like conditions. The UN Emergency Relief Coordinator, Mr. Griffiths, cited risks of inertia and fatigue due to the severe conditions in Yemen. We are seeking nearly $4.3 billion to help more than 17 million people. We are not giving up on Yemen, Martin Griffiths said in a tweet. The World Food Programme Executive Director David Basie said that we are looking at a seismic hunger crisis if we do not step up now. Funding for Yemen has never reached this point. He warned, we have no choice but to take food from the hungry to feed the starving. Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, and senior White House officials barred from entering Russia. The President of the United States, Joe Biden, has been banned from entering Russia in a stop list, which was a response to the country's sanction over the invasion of Ukraine. Mr. Biden last visited Russia in 2011 as the vice president to Barack Obama, which included a talk with the Russian President Vladimir Putin. The Kremlin now placed him on the stop list, among with many other White House officials, including his Secretary of State Antony Blinken, the CIA chief, National Security Advisor, and the Defense Secretary. The Russian Foreign Ministry stated that they would maintain official relations with Washington and, if necessary, make high-level contact with those on the list. And with that, we conclude the World Global News. This is Haridathan signing off, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.